Good morning and welcome to take the 28-day deep coherence technique challenge. So, this is day 4. We're going to be rolling this over 28 days, Monday to Friday. If you've just discovered and found us, don't worry that you started on day 4. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here. So, in a minute, I'm going to take you through a 5-step grounding activation, full body activation. And it's worth staying for that. And then, what you can do, because these videos aren't long, is you can just spend a few moments going over days 1, 2, and 3, or not. You can carry on from day 4 because we're going to be doing observe and allow for the next 5 days. So you've got time to really immerse yourself in this central idea of observe and allow. But let's get into it. So, day 4. So, what we're practicing in the first 9 days of Take the 28-day challenge is we're literally just allowing and observing, observing and allowing. And all that means is you open up a space between the doer, this is who we think we are, the person doing everything all the time, running around, all the habits, all the places you have to go, things you have to do, doer, and we're opening up a space between that and the observer. Now, usually we think that is one. It isn't. It isn't one. The observer is always over here observing the doer on this planet because the observer is the higher power version of you, the all-knowing one. So that has always existed. That is always observing. But what you're doing is you're connecting. You're connecting while appreciating the gap. So you're actually becoming the observer and the doer. So over 9 days, what we've said is simply watch what you do. Notice what you notice with no censorship, no beating yourself up, no judgment, no great big to-do lists, no guilt. Just watch what you do. Watch who you spend your time with. Watch what you say. Observe it and allow. And I think the key word here is allow. You're going to let the doing, the habitual, the routine, the groundhog part of you run its programs because you have to let it run its programs uninterrupted because you've got to see what you're doing. How are you going to be able to know who, what, why, where you are if you're not observing fully without leaning in? So today, we're going to focus on some areas that we can just take particular notice of. The first one, and I think this is really important today, is our sleeping habits. So, sleep hygiene. Just observe how you sleep, where you sleep, what time you go to bed, what time you get up, how you're feeling. Just spend some time observing that. The second one is the personal hygiene. Like, what do we do to keep this beautiful body healthy, clean, vibrant? So that's the foods you eat. It's exercise. It's how you the products that you put on your skin. It's 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 all of the ways that you run your body. Every single way. It could be the kinds of places that you put your body in, right? Just again, observe. So after that, we've got things like where do you spend your time? So where do you spend your time where you feel like you almost don't have any control over? So maybe addictions. So spending enormous amounts of time on things that you know deep down don't edify and add meaning to your life. They're just things you do. Again, allow, no judgment. Don't stop, don't interrupt, just watch yourself. The other thing is who you spend your time with, how often you spend time with them, and how those people leave you feeling. Don't overanalyze, just observe. Think about and observe how much you dedicate your waking hours to something that really speaks to your soul or a calling in you, or an ability, a gift, a passion, perhaps, a hobby or a cause. It may be your faith. It may be the community work that you do. Again, bring attention to that, how much time you spend and how it leaves you feeling. Money, finances, observe where your money goes, what it goes on, and why. Again, don't interrupt. You're just observing, allow. And then, last but not least, what you call downtime. What do you do for recreation? What's pleasure for you? What brings you pleasure? Notice what you notice today and allow. Observe and allow. So, as time builds up, as we flow with this technique, 28 days, right? And we're going to switch gears on the ninth day, by the way. We're going to take it up a notch. But right now, what we're doing here is we're building up an awareness of ourselves as the observer, as separate from all of those things that we used to think defined us, that made us who we are. And the more that you stand back and observe, the more you realize that there is very much an autonomous you, ever present you, that is not attached to all of those things as the doer. And that is really significant because what that is going to do, quite naturally, it's a beautiful side effect, is you're going to naturally be more present in this now moment, which is the only real moment in space time. There is no past and there is no future. There is only the eternal now moment. And so being present to it is going to open up so many more possibilities to you within the quantum field. The second thing that's going to naturally happen is for the first time, perhaps not, but maybe for the first time, you're going to start asking yourself, why am I doing that? Why am I doing that when it makes me feel like this? So just questioning is a really positive, empowering thing for you to do today. So today's thought is quite simply this: I am aware of everything that I do by habit. And tomorrow is day 5. And tomorrow we're going to drill down on a key area, the list that I've just selected and offered for your reflection. We're going to drill down maybe on 1 or 2 areas. I think more than one. I think maybe 3 areas. And just ask some questions around those areas, questions that may be useful for you to open up further reflection and inquiry. But for now, some show notes. I always have to remember to do this. Below this video, we offer you a free PDF program. You can download it for free. We don't take your email. It's a Dropbox link and you can open it on your browser. You don't need Dropbox, in other words, to open this. And I don't need your name and I don't need your email. It's there for you. Sometimes having a piece of paper or something on a screen in front of you day by day can help structure and integrate this more fully into your life. We also are going to be offering a complete playlist of this 28 days for your convenience so that you can go back and revisit these steps over and over again. And they will be on our YouTube channel, You. The link is going to be in the show notes. And we invite you to subscribe because we don't just post videos like this, we post all kinds of videos, all to do with the enlightened mind and DCT and a more vibrant, empowered life. We also have a free community on WhatsApp that you can join anytime and get support, or even just a safe place to share your observations, so that you're not doing this in a vacuum. You're doing it with other people who also have observations, who perhaps, we say in our group, our community, we say that we crowdsource. We really crowdsource wisdom. So if you join our community, it's not, it's not top down. It's very much about circle consciousness. It's about being one with each other and um, appreciating the value and the wisdom that each one of us can bring to the table. Again, that link is going to be underneath the show notes and also our link tree where you can find us on Facebook as well as here. So let's get into technique. Over 28 days, Monday to Friday, we practice something that brings us into a grounded state of coherence. And I don't know about you, but I don't think there has been a more important time to feel grounded, to feel present, to have peace of mind, and to know yourself, to know what you want and what you don't want. So, deep coherence technique, 5 steps. 5 steps. We're going to start with the first one. So, just be here with me now. It's just me and you. Take a few breaths in. Bring yourself into this now moment with me. Step number 1, we're going to ground to the earth. And this is a foundation for bringing in the waveform of coherence. So place your feet flat on the ground and connect to the soles of your feet. So bring your full awareness to the surface of the soles of your feet. Become one with the skin and the tissue and the blood and the energy and the cells in the soles of your feet. Now become aware of the ground beneath the soles of your feet. Become aware of the texture, of the temperature, any sensation that the ground is giving you that's different to the feeling that you have in the soles of your feet. Feel the two things at the same time. And now close that gap so that the soles of your feet and the ground beneath your feet become one. And now I want you to close your eyes and visualize dropping down through the ground, not to the floor below, to the concrete, to the basement, wherever you are. But when we drop through the ground, we're actually going to be dropping directly into the earth herself. And I want you to see a massive network of roots that are luminescent, like the roots of a tree, and they're spread out in all directions, but they go down. They go down, 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 down through all of the layers of the earth. They go down, and your awareness and connection goes down until you get to the center of the earth and you see and connect to the earth's core. Now, this is a solid black iron core. It is immutable, and yet you're connected to it. And when you connect to it with full consciousness, you connect to the safety, the grounding, the Schumann resonance, the literal pulse that the earth beats out, that connects you to all living things, but primarily through the earth herself. It is black here. It is safe here. And you are solid here. So take that and raise it up through your root system. Now, I see this as a golden amber colored sap, which is really what we're talking about, is a frequency, a resonance, a vibration from the earth herself. See that coming up through all of those roots, all the way up, 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 until it hits the ground, which is connected to your feet. So let that feeling, that resonance, that golden amber sap, vibration of the earth, Feel your feet now. They're going to feel heavy, they're going to feel warm, and they're going to feel like they're literally stuck to the floor. But that's just that you've plugged in and you're connected. And I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 1, that feeling of grounded, warm relaxation is going to vibrate all over your body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Just let go. Just release. 3, 2, 1. Step number 1 completed. You are grounded to the earth. Step number 2, we're going to do an expedited pranayama breath work technique. You're going to take 5 really deep breaths. Fill up your lungs and your belly with oxygen. You're going to breathe through your nose. You're going to count 4 in your head. And then you're going to exhale more slowly through your mouth, through pursed lips. And you're going to count 8 if you can get to 8. Try to drag out the exhalation. And what this is going to do, it's breath work that drives pranayama. It also drives in and activates prana, life force. And you can see that when you breathe in as a beautiful white light that fills and animates and activates your body. Continue to breathe like this mindfully, but don't overthink it. Step number 2, light body activated. Step number 3. Step number 3, We're going to prime our electromagnetic field. Now, your electromagnetic field is you. It's a biofield. It runs arm's length all the way around your body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet to the tips of your fingers. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and your fingers, which are sensitized antennae, and you're just going to let your hands and fingers feel the space around you and move how you want. This is how I'm moving. But go where your hands and fingers want to go. And notice the texture and the sensation of the air as you move your hands through it. Now, if you're standing up, you've got a bit more flexibility and you can really stretch and move. And eventually you get to the point where simply doing this and feeling through your hands and your fingers and extending that out in all directions is enough to prime your field. So you can play with that. Step number 3, electromagnetic field is primed. And it's primed for what happens next. Step number 4, very important. Put your hands in front of your heart like this and gently open your hands as though you're opening a door. Now close your eyes and visualize going through a door at the center of your heart. Walk through, and as you do so, you find yourself in an enormous chamber. It's magnificent. It's serene. It feels holy. It feels like home. This chamber is filled with a beautiful light, golden, effervescent. But as you enter, the light comes together and forms a ball in front of you. Now walk towards the ball and become one with it. As you become one with it, the ball of light expands, resembling a rising sun that grows in dimension and grows in brilliance. And as it rises out from your heart, it spreads its radiant light in all directions through your primed electromagnetic field that you have primed to receive. Now we call this the powered I am. And you can see this as the highest version of you, the unlimited higher power you. And it is the space of genius. So we're opening that up. And as that expands, it fills your electromagnetic field with brilliant white light. So bask in the radiance of who you truly are. And now bring that awareness back in, as within, so without, noticing the pressure that has built up between your hands. That's the power that you've just generated within your field. So bring your hands together like this. You're going to make a vortex shape, and we're going to connect with the community that has gathered here today to meditate with us. We have created a vortex of intention, which generates a boosted form of power. And we can use that. We can run that power and boost our own electromagnetic field. And how we do that is running it through the third eye or the crown chakra or the enlightened mind. So run it through here first, connect. Feel that surge of power. Wait for permission. And when it feels right, open up that power, run it down into the heart, which is a centrifugal mechanism. And what the heart does brilliantly, I have to say, is it waveforms that power out and creates coherence. So that's what your heart is going to do right now. It's going to power that out and expand it. That's the waveform of coherence. So see that as a ripple or a wave, and see it expanding out in all directions around you and through your electromagnetic field. See it as a series of waves, and let those waves run in all directions. Just let them go. You will be running coherence all day long, and it's going to make a difference to your day. And this is the end of the technique. It's a very strategic step. Put your hands together and repeat after me. And so it is, for I command my space and I bless my day. And we say to you, notice what you notice in your day in the quantum field is always talking to you. So when the epiphanies, the opportunities, the breakthroughs, the aha moments, the relationships occur that feel like miracles, I want you to know that those started here with you. Have an amazing day. And I will see you tomorrow.